What's going on, my good people? Mike Hidalgo here. Thank you for joining us on another FCP Euro DIY. Today we're going to be working on a 2008 Land Rover LR3. Today on the LR3 behind me, which is equipped with a 4.4 liter V8, we're going to be covering how to replace your engine air filter. Today we will be installing a Mala unit, which is available on fcpo.com, along with a couple other different options. We recommend you do this service every 15 to 30,000 miles. In extreme cases, 10,000 miles is going to be your number, basically following the same rule of thumb that you would with your cabin air filter. But before we get started on this job, let's take a look at some of the tools you're going to need for this DIY. For this job, you're really only going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. Just note, keep in mind, sometimes as these vehicles age, people may lose hardware, even though these are captured screws on the lid. Oftentimes they may change, so before you start the job, take a quick look, make sure all your hardware matches. But for the LR3, a Phillips head screwdriver will do. And in some extreme situations, you may want to consider having a small shop vac handy if there's a lot of debris in your airbox. But with that, let's go ahead and get started on this DIY. All right, my good people, under the hood of the LR3, our airbox is located on the passenger side. It is held down by 7 Phillips head screws. We have 4 on the front, 3 on the back. We don't have to disconnect the mass airflow sensor or the clamps going to the intake, none of that. It's actually pretty flexible, which is really convenient for us. So we'll start with the Phillips head and we'll just work our way around from one side of the intake tube all the way to the other. Again, these are captured screws. They're gonna stay with the lid. You'll feel them once they've bottomed out or come out all the way, they'll just kind of keep spinning in place. With all 7 of our screws undone, now we can go ahead and lift up the lid. And with that, we can pull out our old filter. Again, in some situations, you may need to vacuum out the bottom of your air box if there's a lot of debris in there. In our case, ours looks pretty good. That filter doesn't look too old. The goal here is to make sure that the orange seal sits in properly on all 4 corners of the box. Then we're gonna line the lid back up. All right, the lid kind of like slides on at a bit of an angle just to keep it into place. And we'll get one of the Phillips head screws started and that'll hold it down for us. You just need to snug these up. They are just going into plastic. Don't need to over tighten them. All right, my good people, and with that, you have just replaced the engine air filter in your LR3. Congratulations, thank you for sticking along. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments on what we did today, or there's a specific job you want to see us do on this chassis, leave it in the comment section below. I'll check them out later. And if you like this DIY and you want to see more like them, please consider subscribing. We make new ones all the time. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.